All right, I'm gonna pause music so I can read. Okay, Venom. Increased threat after entering the battlefield. Reduce the energy required for the ultimate skill. The direction of the knock-up effect on enemies after frenzy landing hits has been changed from vertical knock-up to inward knock-up, with an inward knock-up angle of 75 degrees. The energy required for Feast. Sorry, I gotta pop up. Has been adjusted from 2800 to 2500, so he gets his ult faster. The knock-up thing is interesting. I guess it helps with his like how he attacks. Captain America. Increased survivability during continuous combat, optimize the feel of using the vibranium energy shield, and reduce the energy required for the ultimate skill. Added the ability to use absolute will for defense during jumps. The projectile speed of vibranium energy shield has been increased from 60 meters per second to 80 meters per second, and the ricochet speed after hitting has been increased from 100 to 150. Oh, so they're just straight buffing Captain America, and I'm not gonna lie, that's really scary. Cap can't... He could do it all day before, but now he's gonna do it all day and kill you. The energy required for free call, his ultimate has been adjusted from 3100 to 2800. Whoa, his was 3100? Optimized Captain America's combat experience, separated light shield strike from melee attacks. Now Captain America can use melee attacks in the flying shield state and link state to activate the first two stages of light shield strike. This is all going over my head. At the same time, when in the air, Captain America's use of melee attacks will no longer trigger the divine weapon descent skill. Doesn't seem too bad. Okay, so I'm reading flying shield state wrong. Shield is whenever he's throwing it, so he can hit. He can get 4 good hits while his shield is thrown out. I see. Okay. You can melee in the air. It used to do the dive, I guess. Oh, okay. So instead of... Yeah, okay, so now he can jump up in the air and attack in the air. So he can attack, like, punch in the air. I mean, sorry. Because he could throw a shield. But now he can actually, like, punch people in the air. Okay, Thor. Optimize the feel of using Rune Awakening. Remove the global cooldown time after the duration of the Rune Awakening skill ends. Wait, they removed the cooldown entirely? Oh, so like he just has the option to use it again if he has the charges. He goes into a group of enemies, uses his bubble, presses F, and they're still there. He can press F again.
Battle fury burns. My power grows.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Honestly, I'm okay with that, but it's gonna hurt. Groot increased Groot's threatening combat range. The maximum selection distance of Thornwall. Are you? Yeah. No! It's been increased from 15 to 18. Don't buff his walls, please. I'm tired of Groot walls. His walls drive me insane. At least it's not an insane buff. It's just a few meters. Magneto. Slightly reduced survivability, slightly increased offensive ability. The projectile damage of magnetic orb has been increased from 35 to 40. The energy consumed per second during the electromagnetic iron curtain has been increased from 50 to 65. And the maximum duration has been reduced from 2 to... Oh! Wow, I'm surprised they reduced the duration from 2 to 1.5 seconds. Okay. I mean, I think the mag change is fine. This isn't too drastic, really. Magneto can now combo kill 250 HP. Left click, right click, left click deals exactly 250. Oh! Okay, Doctor Strange. Slightly reduced Doctor Strange's survivability. Base health has been reduced from 650 to 600. Bye! I've never felt like, wow, Doctor Strange is impossible to kill. You know who I did feel that about, though? Captain America. Okay, Iron Fist. Increased Lin Lee's continuous combat ability, provided new functionality for Sunfist Rush, and gave Lin Lee more battlefield gameplay options. The damage of the first, second, and fifth stages of Interception Fist has been reduced from 32 to 30. Yep, I know about all that. The third and fourth stages have been reduced from 16 to 15, and the sixth stage have been reduced from 55 to 50. Each hit reduces the cooldown time of continuous elimination and strikes by 1 second, and the damage of each hit Sunfist Rush has been reduced from 19 to 10, including the Imperial Key Riding Dragon State. A new effect has been added to each hit of Sunfist Rush, dealing damage equal to 1.7% of the ultimate's maximum health, including the Imperial Key Riding. Okay, I was on board because it felt like, you know, like he's faster is what I was reading. He has stages? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, wait, what? It sounded like he was going to be faster, but there was going to be a trade-off that he was going to do less damage, but now it just feels faster and possibly the damage is balanced out. I don't know. The upper limit of additional health attached to meditation has been increased from 50 to 150, and a new additional health decay mechanism has been added. After the skill ends, the additional health will decay at a rate of 25 per second. Oh, I mean, okay. I'm still scared of Iron Fist with an extra 150 health, so he's gonna be harder to kill. Less damage, but instead he does damage based on his opponent's. So he's a tank buster. Oh, you know, that makes sense with the 1.7% of the maximum health. The maximum value of additional health converted from the blocked damage of continuous elimination and strikes has been adjusted from 150 to 200. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so everything is just like health buff. Base health has been increased from 250 to 300. Holy cow! Iron Fist might be the next ban. It's about time my tanks have to deal with Iron Fist. Am I right? Am I right, ladies? It's about time they have to deal with Iron Fist, so I can sit there and say, where's my tank? Where's my tank at? Where's my shield? He's going to be played more like how people were already playing him in higher ranks. Good peel and anti-tank. Alright, Mr. Fantastic. Increase Mr. Fantastic's ability to harass enemies and increase the threat of his ultimate skill. The range of the magic field after landing from Stretch Freely has been increased from 2.5 meter radius to a 5 meter radius. Whoa. Stretch Freely now has a new effect of knocking enemies within the range outward after landing. The single charge recovery time of Stretch Freely has been increased from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. Quick question, what's Stretch Freely? The back shots? I'm sorry? Wait, so what is Stretch Freely exactly? Is that the one where you like grab them and like pull them? Or pull yourself to them? You guys just keep saying the back shots. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Pull yourself to them. Okay. Why are you calling it a back shot? I don't get it. Oh, wait, I get it. All right. The magic field damage of Intelligence Crush ultimate skill has been increased from 50 to 70. The energy required for release has been increased from 2,800 to 3,400. And a new magic field decay has been added. The magic field damage will start to decay at 3 meters and decay to a maximum of 50 at 10. Iron Man increased the damage of Repulsor Beam in normal state and armor overload state, making it possible to deal considerable damage without relying on gamma overload. The damage of Repulsor Beam has been increased from 120 second to 140 second. The damage of Repulsor Beam armor overload has been increased from 180 per second to 190 per second. Boo! I know we're gonna be dealing with so many flyers this season. So many flyers. Alright, Hawkeye. Increased Hawkeye's survivability and threat in close combat, and increase the threat of Hawkeye's ultimate skill. Uh-oh. Base health has been increased from 250 to 275. Okay. The projectile damage of Blast Arrow has been reduced from 20 to 15, and the magic field damage has been increased from 25 to 32. The skill cooldown time of Crescent Slash has been reduced from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. The drawing and charging speed during Hawk Vision ultimate skill has been increased. And the magnification has been increased from 1.2 to 1.35. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad, actually. I think it's pretty tame. He'll probably be a lot harder to dive, which is kind of scary, but...
He's wittily hitting the Gwitty right now?
I don't think the other changes are too bad. Okay, Storm. Reduce the threat to enemies at longer distances, reduce the buff effect on the aura of the aura on herself, and increase the buff effect of the aura on teammates. The damage decay of Windblade at 30 meters has been reduced from 70% to 60%. The damage increase ratio of Thunderstorm Weather on herself has been reduced from 16% to 12%. The damage increase ratio of teammates within the range has been increased from 8% to 10%. The damage increase ratio of Enhanced Thunderstorm Weather on herself has been reduced from 30% to 25%. Fair. It's like trading off personal damage so that she's less of a menace herself and giving it to your teammates. Which, I don't know how much that's going to change her, but I wasn't sure what a magic field was, but from what I'm gathering, it's just the AoE and skills. Yes, it's basically what they call their AoE. She's going to be strong, I think. I think so too. I think damage boosting your entire team is always going to be strong. Star-Lord. Increased the maximum movable distance of Star-Lord and enhanced his mobility. The maximum skill energy of rocket propulsion has been increased from 1200 to 1800. Okay, so they're just making him even more mobile? Scarlet Witch increased her survivability when casting her ultimate skill. After activating Reality Warp ultimate skill, 100 additional health is added to herself. After the skill ends or is interrupted, it will decay at a rate of 50 per second. Oh! She's going to be much harder to kill. That's a lot of extra health. I mean, that's a nice buff for her. Okay. Spider-Man. Slightly reduce the cooldown time of Web Grenade, reducing Spider-Man's offensive window period. The charge time of Web Grenade has been reduced from 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Moon Knight. Increase the enemy's reaction time when facing Conchu's Increase the enemy's reaction time when facing Conchu's fist and optimize the damage logic of Conchu's fist. Reduce the falling speed of Conchu's fist. Corrected the damage trigger logic of Conchu's fist, removing the original mechanism that caused 75 damage when located in the center of the magic field, and adjusted it so that the damage of Conchu's fist is increased from 75 to 150. Oh, okay. So overall should be able to react to the ultimate now, because so like the hands fall, right? And now each of the hands is slower, but they do more damage. It was glitched before, where I think the hands were faster and also did too much damage. Wait, why does that say leaked when it literally says marvelrivals.gg? Why does their link say second half of season 1 leaked? Oh my god. Oh my god. Are these fake? Are these real patch notes? Thank you. Oh, but some of them are accurate, because Strange is right. Captain America's right. Groot is right. Magneto's right. Okay, I mean, all the ones I read I think were right. My bad. Everything you read was right so far. Okay. Black Widow. Natasha's combat effectiveness has been enhanced, increasing the threat level to enemies after using her ultimate ability. Increase the magazine capacity of Red Room Rifle from 8 to 15. Enhance the slow effect of Electroplasma Explosion on enemies from 80% to 55%. Additionally, it will apply a 15% vulnerability effect to hit enemies for 4 seconds. That's actually really scary. I already feel so slow in that ult. Eat some snipers for the flyers. You know, that is actually a valid point, because there are going to be a lot of flyers this season. That is a very valid point. Okay, Hela. The Asgardian goddess of death will cast a longer shadow with an increase to her mid to long range suppression. The damage fall off of Night Sword Thorn at 30 meters will be changed from 70% to 80%. I do worry about ever buffing her, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. Ooh, magic. The Queen of Limbo will see her damage capability slightly reduced, but the energy cost to unleash her ultimate ability will be slightly lowered. It's time to behold Dark Child. Decrease the damage dealt by Demon's Rage, regular state, from 80 per second to 72 per second. Reduce the energy cost of Dark Child ultimate ability from 3,700 to 3,400. Okay. I mean, so she gets her ult faster. Her ult was really slow to build, honestly. Adam Warlock. Adam's damage capability will be enhanced along with a slight increase in healing ability after activating Soul Bond. Increase the damage of quantum magic from 55 to 60. Additionally, the damage falloff at 40 meters will be changed from 50% to 60%. Increase the healing amount provided by Soul Bond to linked allies from 10 to 15 per second. Man, Soul Bond was already pretty strong. I feel like Adam is one of the least picked supports, even though I think he's a sleeper pick. I think he's still probably pretty strong. I just think other characters overshadow him because they have defensive ults. Better defensive ults. Cloak and Dagger. Survivability. Why is this in a different font? Survivability and healing ability during the activation of their ultimate ability will be increased, while the frequency, duration, and intensity of the ultimate ability reduced. Additionally, Tyrone's threat level will be enhanced. Increase the energy cost to activate Eternal Bond from 3,400 to 4,000. That's totally fair. The healing amount of each segment will be increased from 220 per second to 250 per second. Oh, that's nice. The duration will be reduced from 10 to 8, and the pause time between segments decreased from 1 to 0.67. Now, the healing effect from each segment will not stack. When overlapping, only one healing effect is applied. Additionally, camera control is unlocked during the activation of Eternal Bond. Increase the vulnerability inflicted on enemies by Terra Cape from 20 to 28%. Yeah, so overall, like, honestly, I was fine with all of this, minus the overlapping. I would take one of the stripes away for being able to overlap it, just because I think it changes the skill ceiling on the character. I've said this so many times, but just to be clear why I don't like it is a lot of people on Twitter were misunderstanding me. They thought that I was saying it was lowering the skill ceiling because I can no longer stack it, and stacking it is the optimal way to use it. That is not what I was saying. I was saying the opposite. I think in most instances, you don't need to stack it, and I think that's one of the worst ways to use it in a lot of situations. And I think by taking that option away, it dumbs the ultimate down and basically forces people to play the ultimate in a more optimal way by forcing them to cover more area with it, which was the better way to use it before. And I just never like any instance where you dumb a character down. Don't think just stack. Yeah, there were very few times where you actually needed to stack the ultimate. Basically, for certain ults, you needed to stack the ultimate, and even then, you don't usually need to. It could be somewhat harder to counter ult as mag, less time to react and harder time tracking. What I was finding in the test server is that mag is just waiting until you get to your last strip. And because whenever you get to the last... here, let's just go back in game really quick. Whenever you get to the last strip, you take a second before you get back up, and that's the easiest time for him to hit you now. I just don't like anything that takes away players' decision making. Anything that separates good and bad players.
Lights out.
And that's how long it takes for you to be able to swap to Cloak at the end of it. So it's a long time for him to be able to hit you at the end. So I think mags are just going to wait for you to get to the last strip. But that does give you more time to go down into like a hallway or something where he possibly can't hit you. The other thing that I said earlier is I think you just need to start ulting as Cloak. Like before you go to ult, you just need to swap to Cloak so that you'll be able to Cloak after immediately. If you start as Cloak, you end as Cloak, yeah. I mean, disappointed in a little bit of it, but not completely disappointed in everything. I think everything else was fine. And I don't think I think we're being a little dramatic on the other nerfs. That's the only one that I really have an issue with, and it's just because I'm like, I just don't think that characters should be dumbed down. Otherwise, I think they're gonna be fine. I don't think they're gonna be like not playable. I think they're still gonna be pretty good. Okay, Invisible Woman, we're reducing the frequency of her ultimate ability, increase the energy cost of Invisible Boundary, her ultimate from 4,000 to 4,300. Loki, we're reducing the Trickster God's ultimate ability frequency. We're slightly enhancing his survivability. I'm sorry. We're slightly enhancing his survivability. He's like one of the most survivable strategists. Increase the energy cost of God of Mischief from 3,400 to 4,000. He did build ult really quickly. Increase mystical missile charges from 10 to 12. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I think I like the ult charge changes. I think the ult charge changes are good for support. Same with Luna, increased ultimate cost for ultimate from 4,000 to 4,500. Oh, she got a bigger increase than Invisible Woman, right? Yeah, because they cost the same before. Now Luna's cost more. Okay. Wait, I'm okay with that. I'm a little disappointed they didn't nerf the duration of Luna's, but I'm okay with that. Okay, team ups. Atlas Bond will be enhancing the capability of Luna Snow's side of this team up ability. Increase the healing amount of Frozen Chi from 50 to 75 and the slow effect on enemies from 20% to 30%. Oh my god. If we're seeing a bunch of Iron Fist this season, we're going to be seeing a lot of Luna Snow as well, I think. Dimensional Shortcut. We're increasing the sustained combat capabilities of Black Panther and Psylocke. I'm sorry. Reduce the rewind time for Psionic Disc from 5 to 3 seconds. Additionally, the conversion ratio of lost health to blue armor will be increased from 0.5 to 0.8. So, honestly, I don't think that's too big of a change. I think they could die in the rewind, and you have to have the team up with magic, so it was hard to use. I remember trying to use it at one point, and I was like, this is difficult. Gamma Charge. We're reducing the damage capability of Gamma Overdrive. The Hulk's benefits from this team up. Reduce Unibeam damage from 220 seconds to 200 seconds. Reduce Hulk's team up anchor health bonus from 150 to 100. Okay, I'm glad they're nerfing that, just overall. But they still buffed Iron Man. Lunar Force. We're enhancing Moon Knight's survivability after using the team up ability. Full Moon new effect. Continuously heal Moon Knight for 25 health per second while within the effect area. Honestly, him getting the adjustment on his ult and then getting this, I'm okay with. I mean, 25 per second is still like, he's gonna have to sit there for a second, you know? Yeah, and the team up wasn't that good to begin with. Yeah, that's the Cloak team up where he goes invis in that little area. And it's like a tiny area. So like you can still shoot in there and reveal him. I've done that so many times. I just shoot in there and reveal him. Symbiote Bond. Penny Parker and Spider-Man will enjoy enhanced survivability thanks to suit armor expulsion enhancements. Reduce Spider-Man's suit expulsion duration from 4 seconds to 1 second. Replace the 50% damage reduction effect with a new invincibility effect during the duration. Reduce Penny Parker's armor expulsion duration from 4 seconds to 2 seconds. Replace the 50% damage reduction effect with new invincibility effect during duration. So you won't see it coming, right? I feel like I don't see that one used very often. Basically, they hate support players. Actually, I think the support nerfs are fine. I don't really have... Like, I said my piece about Cloak and Daggers. I have my gripes about the stacking on Cloak and Daggers, but other than that, nah. Lobotomy time.